want to talk with you about the glamorous topic of diarrhea. Recently, we've had several practice members reach out for concern with their acute onset diarrhea. Now, I understand that this diarrhea can be concerning for a lot of you. It can be embarrassing. You may not be able to steer too far away from your bathroom. It's an inconvenience. While I understand that this can be concerning, it doesn't always mean that you need to go seek medical attention right away. So what I want to do is I want to review with you four other symptoms associated with diarrhea that would cause you to need to seek medical attention. And then I want to review with you things that you can do at home to treat this yourself. So let's start with when to seek medical attention. If you have sudden onset diarrhea and you have a high fever, meaning 101 degrees Fahrenheit or higher, and it's lasting longer than 24 hours, then seek medical attention. If you're having blood in your stools or extreme abdominal pain, or you are vomiting to the point where you can't even keep liquids down, and now you are too weak or too tired or too dizzy to stand up, then I want you to seek medical attention. If you don't have any of those associated symptoms along with the diarrhea, then chances are you have some type of a GI bug that just needs time to run its course. How much time? Well, it can last, it depends upon the virus and the person, but if it's lasting longer than 14 days, 2 weeks, then I do want you to make an appointment with your primary care provider. But if you're not up to that point yet, it hasn't been 14 days and you have diarrhea, what can you do at home to treat it yourself? Well, first and foremost is I want to make sure that you stay well hydrated. To stay well hydrated, sip on water, bone broth, or an herbal tea, and steer clear of anything that has lots of sugar in the drink, caffeine, or alcohol. Those things are going to be dehydrating, and they may also be exciting to your nervous system, which will only perpetuate the diarrhea. So again, bone broth, herbal tea, or water, sip on that throughout the day. The next thing I want you to do is eat a bland diet as tolerated. Or really eat anything as tolerated. If you're thinking, well, what would be a bland diet? The brat diet is a good starting place. That is for bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. That's the brat diet. If you're thinking, but Coach Jackie, I'm really working on my nutrition here. That sounds like a lot of starch, a lot of sugar, and gluten, and I don't want that in my diet. Well, that's where I want you to use some common sense along with this. If you know that you can't have gluten or you don't do well with grains, then don't consume those things, but still eat those soft, easy to digest foods as tolerated. When in doubt, steer clear of heavily processed and sugary foods. I would also encourage you to steer clear of spicy foods, heavily acidic foods, as well as high-fat foods for this time as well, because they can be harder on your body to digest. So it's just best to steer clear of the higher fat foods as well. The third thing that I want you to do is to allow yourself time to rest. Even if you're not feeling really, really crummy, you just have the diarrhea, it doesn't mean your body doesn't need time to rest. Your body's going through stress. It has a bug in it, a toxin in it. It needs to rid itself of that, and rest can be very helpful in this. Along with the rest, I want you to realize that this may be contagious. So to reduce the spreading of this virus, it's best to rest and be at home more than not, as much as possible. Avoid going to work or to school as much as possible. And again, if this is lasting longer than 2 weeks, then it is time to go seek medical help. All right, guys. Again, I know that diarrhea is not the most glamorous symptom to have, and it can be quite inconvenient, but usually in itself, it is not a cause for concern where you need to reach out for immediate help unless you have one of the aforementioned symptoms. I hope you found this helpful, and comment below if you have any suggestions on what helps you when you're in this kind of situation.